Hello, beautiful hearts, and welcome to A Light Heart Tarot. My name is Val, and if you are new here, this is a space where we come together as we navigate through life's difficult moments, especially through grief and losing our loved ones. And so today's messages from your deceased loved ones, what they want to know is a pick a card reading. We have 3 cards here in which we will go through and get some clarity and guidance on the messages that your loved ones want to share and what they want you to know. Please know that I have already blessed this space and I have already asked for that the messages that will come through be of the highest good for you and offer you love, guidance, and support. But I also ask you, as you're going through this, to also ask for the highest good and for love and for guidance and support, as well as have a journal with you, as whether you pick one group or many of the groups, there may be messages that will be available to support you and to connect with you. Also stay at the end of your reading, because I will be introducing you to who your angel, ancestor, or spirit animal or guide is and what final messages and advice they want to share. So we have 3 groups. We have group number 1 that has this hematite heart crystal, as well as this card, which I call the Alchemist. And the number 8 is on top of it. We have group number 2, which is this moon crystal, and I forget the name of the actual crystal. So if one of you know it, please put it in the comments for me, please. And card number 20, or what I call the religion and faith and belief card. And then group number 3, which is this beautiful carnelian. And number 7, or the primate with who is writing plays and solving complicated equations, or what I call the mastering science and the intuition and ambition card. So please just close your eyes and think about which card, or you can meditate on it and stop the video. But whichever card you're called to, you can go into either group number 1, 2, or 3. But for those of you who have been with me, as you know it, whichever group you pick, there's always going to be guidance and support available in all of them. So let's get into your reading, and I will see you in group number 1. Hello, beautiful souls. If you have chosen this crystal and this card, then welcome to reading 1. So the Alchemist is someone who is a believer that their challenges and their path and all of the hurdles that they've been through in life is what has made them stronger. And as they go through their path and through their challenges, they use it as lessons to help them become stronger, wiser, and for some to move into this space of perfection. And so what we see and what I am feeling in this group is that for many of you, you have been the eldest, or the caretaker, the caregiver, matriarch, or patriarch of the family, or even the leader for your friends. You are the one who is the voice of reason, the one whom people come to when they need advice and guidance. And what your loved ones are coming and sharing with you now is, can you allow yourself to surrender and let them provide support and guidance and wisdom to you? For you do not need to do all of this on your own. For many of you, with the passing of your loved one, you have taken on even more responsibility. For some, it's managing households, finances, it's managing estates, it's even managing the emotions of other family members. And it is sometimes a lot. And not to say that you are not happy and you are not gracious and you do not have the empathy to provide this to others. But it is still a lot that you take on. And that's also why we have the hematite to provide that grounding, to provide that reconnection. And I would just say, as an aside, for those of you who are interested in crystals, hematite is a wonderful crystal to have on you if you're feeling anxious, you're feeling overwhelmed, and there's a lot going on, a lot on the to-do list that has to get done. To have a crystal like this in your pocket, in your purse, backpack, clothing, wherever is close to you, because it will then provide that grounding in that energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull a few more cards and understand what it is that your loved ones, the messages from your deceased loved ones, and what they want you to know. Then we're going to pull out messages, and please stay tuned to the end where I will pull out a message from your ancestors and from your spirit guides and what they want you to know. And so, for group number 1, what messages would you want to share? Group number 1, what messages would you want to share with your loved ones? Group number 1. So we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. What messages would you like to share with your loved ones? 10 of Cups in reverse. Messages would you like to share? Ace of Swords in reverse. And then the 4 of Swords upright. So what I am feeling and what I am hearing from many of your loved ones is there has been a lot of change and a lot of change in a fast amount of time. So for some of you in this group, you have experienced more than one passing in less than a year, and your world has changed significantly. What your world looked like in your everyday life looked 1 year ago is completely different than how it is right now. And it has also uprooted for many of you the family life and the dynamics. So as I mentioned again, the majority of you who are in this group, and if you feel that this doesn't resonate, then this may not be your group. However, as you always hear me say, there are messages of healing and love that is applicable to everyone, whether this is your group or not. For the majority of you, you have taken on the responsibilities of a caregiver. So even for some of you, I do see even taking on the responsibilities of parenting a family member's child, or taking care of an elderly parent who is still here. there is in this group this responsibility as well as this need to hold the torch and hold the mantle, is what I'm seeing. But with it comes a lot of feeling trapped. And when I say feeling trapped, it's not saying that, again, that you are unhappy with taking on this role, but there are added stresses and stressors that come with taking on this role. And so it also means having to be more creative in how to juggle your schedule, how to then bring in a whole family together if you're bringing in extra family members in, even for how to be able to support financially. So there's a lot of economic, well-being, health, and financial decisions that need to be made. And so sometimes what that feels like is it's this feeling of I need to do, but you're also not asking for support. And so your loved ones are coming in and they're asking you to please ask for support. And they are more than willing, and they have to send earth angels to you to help you and to guide you. For some of you, that has come in the form of having extra help come in, or it's come in the way of money that you didn't know that you were expecting to come in. But your loved ones are letting you know that they are here to support you in this. All you need to do is just ask for help. So let's pull some additional cards from the Ancestors deck just to get more clarity around asking for help from your loved ones. So we have Celestial, and we're going to pick one more. And Holy One. So again, for many of you, as I've mentioned, you have been the leader or the one who is taking charge and accepting new responsibilities. But at the end, but there's also a strength that, as I mentioned, that you already have. Some of you, it is through way of your religion, through your faith, through your spirituality. Some of it's through the what I call just the deep love that connects you all as a family. And so it's that love of keeping a family together, keeping friends together is what has been the string, the connector that keeps you going. But again, with both of these, where I am hearing, do not be afraid to ask for help, because the one of the images that I'm seeing is the metaphor: if you do not take the oxygen mask, how can you help others? And so if you have been feeling drained, if you're feeling a need to recharge, to reset, it's okay to be able to take a step aside and take yourself out for a spa day. Take one day to go for a drive or to take a class, do something that really is going to reset and recharge you. As I mentioned, your loved ones are coming in, and they are sending those earth angels in the form of strangers, other family members, to come and to help you. But also your spirituality as well as your faith is what is also going to support you and to continue to support you through this as you're going through this transition. We're going to pull two more oracles, and then I'm going to do messages for you. The names, and just so you know, as I'm shuffling, I'm just hearing names that are coming up. And we have an Elspeth who's coming up, and just acknowledging that she is here, as well as a Juliana. So healing begins. And we see with number 6, it's again that connecting to those who can help you, whether it is through family members, through your faith, through, even for some of you, it is your community, your neighborhood. I am seeing right now a trip that a bunch of neighbors are taking. There's neighbors, so you and then 2 neighbors on either side. The other 2 neighbors have gotten together, and they are taking this trip with you to lift your spirits and to provide some type of relief and just moments where you can exhale. Disney cruise is coming up as well. So I do understand with Disney cruises, there are opportunities for kids to be looked after. And so that is something that is also coming up as a trip if you haven't taken it already. We have the solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus chakra is always what I call your happy place, your sunshine, that part that really supports you. And so again, I don't want to get into the definitions of chakras because I know not everyone follows it, but what is the important is the color yellow. So surrounding yourself with that beautiful color yellow, that sunshine, that happy place, the place that grounds you and keeps you connected into your body and into connection with family. So your loved ones are also just reminding you to stay connected to that. And then we have the master. And the master is someone who is really good at keeping their emotions inside. But with all of these, again, and we have six, and then the 3, which also is a derivative of the 6 as well. It's just connecting with that inner child, connecting with your emotions, connecting with that happy place, allowing your loved ones to send that help to you to provide support, and as well as the tools and the people that you need to help you get through this, because you do not need to do everything by yourself. But they are also saying that they are very proud of you, but it's okay to ask for help. So let's pull messages. Okay, so for group number 1, what messages would you like to share? As I'm making a mess of everything. And only cards that fly out. And I apologize because someone is vacuuming, so if you can hear that, I apologize. But the first message that comes up is, I am here helping you. So it is a confirmation that your loved ones are sending help to you. All you need to do is just ask, and they will be there. I have no more earthly worries. But we also see the sunshine that's coming up. So they are connecting with you and letting you know you do not need to worry about them. And they're also asking you to let go. I'm hearing, and for some of you, for those of you who have that spiritual foundation, I'm hearing that let go and let God. So leave your earthly worries to the divine and allow the universe to support you during this time. If I had known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. And so for many of your loved ones, they too, the role that you stepped into was for many of you their role as a matriarch, patriarch, leader, the glue that keeps the family together. And for many of them, you saw them growing up, putting in so much hard work and not taking time for themselves. And so as many of them are now at this place where they can see their life from a higher level, they understand, if they knew then, that how important it is to balance work life, to have those moments where you give yourself that self-love, comfort, those moments of satisfaction, moments of rest, setting up boundaries to give yourself the support that you need. If they knew then what they know now, they would have done things differently. And they're asking for you to please give yourself the time and the gift of support. Okay, only messages that fly out. What messages do you want to share? So they're saying, I'm learning so much from you. And I always laugh because I know that sometimes people are like, what could you possibly learn from me? and it is true. As they are on the other side, they are also still checking in on you and looking after you. And many of the ways that you have stepped up, put boundaries in, or how you have had use your faith or support from loved ones to help you navigate through difficult times, they do learn from you. And many of the healing that we do from our own family and our lineage, it doesn't only help us, but it also helps the lineage before us. For any of you who have taken my spiritual classes, I do a class on timelines. And time really, we think it's from A to B, but time really has multiple endpoints. So A to Z, Z to C. It can really hurt your brain. But what I'm trying to share is that everything that we learn, how we heal, how we make corrections, or try to be the best versions of ourselves, it's not only benefiting us, but it benefits future generations, because how we teach our children or our friends to share love and to give love, that those lessons move forward and it influences future generations, and it also helps and heals in the past as well. And thank you for making amends. So whether it is, what I am feeling is that this is amends for family members who are living right now and your loved ones for whom this resonates. They're thanking you for just letting, not forgetting, but for forgiving, because what's important is the family structure. Okay, are there any other messages? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just, let's see, we're going to pull a few more messages and then we will do your angel card. Okay, so let's pull some messages from Heaven with Love deck. For group one, what messages would you want to share with group one? Okay, only messages that fly out. It's a little humid here today because it's been raining all day, and so I can definitely feel it in these cards. And why I am going to, with this particular deck, we'll do 2 rounds like this. Okay. So the first card that comes up is Dear Love. One of life's biggest gifts, other from my love for you, are your friends. Do not be afraid to lean on them and ask for help. I will support them as well and will guide the right people into your life. I love you and will always watch over you. And so, what a beautiful confirmation as we have been discussing how, in the role that you have now stepped into after your loved one's passing, you do not need to do this alone. And they will be sending friends, earth angels, in the way of, as I said, strangers, resources, opportunities to come and help you. It's just allowing that surrender. And so when these moments and opportunities come, to say yes, and to accept that, because sometimes it, for many of us who are natural in being caregivers, caretakers, it's easy for us to say, I'm fine, I'll do it on my own. And then we we take charge, and we do. But at the same time, we forget that in allowing friends to help us, we are also giving them a gift just as much as they're giving us a gift. So as they're giving us the gift of help, their time, support, we're giving them the gift of letting them know, I trust you, that you can help me get through this. And it was something that I had to learn in my own journey. And once I realized that, then I no longer felt like I was a burden or embarrassed or ashamed of asking for help. And I'm not saying many of you who are in this group are ashamed or embarrassed, but for many of us, it is very hard for us to ask for help. And let this be your permission that your loved ones are sending your friends and support to you. So, dear love, something I learned is that life is forever changing. I know you are going through a lot of changes that are difficult and coming at you all at once. Breathe through it. You will be okay. You got this. Dear love, discovering moments that bring you joy and finding happiness in your life is not a betrayal of me. I want to see you thrive and live each day to its fullest. So I really just love how these cards are really echoing what we saw with the chakras card, as well as what we were talking about here with the sunshine and the master, to allow ourselves to find those moments of joy and let ourselves have those moments to become refreshed, to reset. It doesn't mean that we do not take our responsibilities seriously, or we're upset, or we have any regrets, but it does mean that we are making sure that we are in the optimum level of self-care. So with energy, with our mental well-being, our physical well-being, so that we can continue taking care of others. And finally, dear love, no thing or no person in life is perfect. Just as we all have moments that we may regret, we know that we're just doing the best that we can. There may be someone who needs your understanding, and can you give it to them? And when we saw that, thank you for making amends. Is there someone else who is struggling because they may not have the support and the resources that you have, or they need a friendly face, or they just need understanding to know that there's a lot of changes that are going on, and that they also do not have to do it alone. So here are the messages, and now we're just going to go into who is your ancestor or spirit guide, and what message do they want to share with you. And also, I just wanted to say thank you for those of you who have been here with me. Again, it's been a transition. When I started this about 3 years ago, it was obviously a different time, and we were going through COVID. And all of us really needed support and a community, and many of you became my community. And as I went through my changes with chronic grief and with cancer and everything else, coming back here has been, it's been a little bit of taking baby steps and refinding your footing and everything else. But I just wanted to say thank you for being there, and thank you for always being supportive and always reaching out to find out how I'm doing. I really appreciate all of you, whether you've been here or I'm just meeting you for the first time. So who is your ancestor or angel, and what message? And your angel or spirit animal is actually the bumblebee. So bask in joy and light, and I think it's such a beautiful ending for this reading, to let yourself find that joy, to reconnect with your joy center, connect with that beautiful, just the memories of your loved one, as well as reconnecting with your own inner child. What I sometimes do is when I'm finding myself stressed out and I need to reset, is I take myself out on dates. So I go to the movies and I watch a fun movie like a cartoon or something that's real good. Or for those of you who know me really well, I go and get ice cream. So these are just small moments that really just help so much in finding our joy and our light. And your loved ones are just letting you know you do not have to do this alone. You have so many people who love you, who admire you, who respect you, and they just want to help, and they want to see you reconnect with your joy and your light. So let the bumblebee be your joy and your spirit guide for today. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. If you want, you can follow me into group number 2. As I always mention, no matter really what group you pick, there's always some type of message and clarity that will connect with you and find its way to your heart. If this is where I'm leaving you, I want to wish you a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next reading. But thank you, everyone, and I will talk to you all soon. Hello, my beautifuls. So, if you have chosen this moon crystal, as well as this card, welcome to group number 2. So what I am feeling and what is coming up immediately is, for this group, this has been a struggle. And what your loved ones are right now showing me, and for those of you who are new, your loved ones show me images from my past as a way to then explain what sometimes is going on, and feelings and situations. And so the memory that I am seeing is, when I was younger, I was baptized both in the Baptist faith and in the Catholic faith. Long story, which I will share with you one day how that happened. But I was always very close and connected to spirit, as well as to angels and to my faith. And when my husband died, it then created this fracture, because meanwhile I had experienced the passing of my mom, my dad, all of these people in my life, but this person who was so integral, who was a part of me, it then fractured my whole sense of my religion, my faith, and as well as just then I had this moment of, what does it mean, and that this doesn't make sense. And I remember psychically, I was on my way to work and was at the ferry, And the energy of Archangel Azrael came to me. And growing up as kids, we were very close and very connected to each other. But he said, when your parents died, you hated God. Now, when your husband's gone, you also hate me. And I remember just quietly saying to him, yes, I do. And it took a lot of years, 13 years to be exact, for me to be able to get to this place now where my relationship with God, with my angels, with my spirit guides is now one of understanding. And even though I've always been spiritual, I'm still spiritual. And I'm still also have the foundations of religion. I am now also at a place of peace, as well as reconnected back to all parts of me. Now, why do I share that long story with you? Because for many of you in this group, you have lost someone who has been your fracture, who has been pivotal. And I am seeing this group comprised of various loved ones, from a parent. I am seeing a mom who has lived this earth beautifully for 97 years. I am seeing spouses who have gone too soon. I am also seeing children who have been born and have not seen their first birthday. And my heart goes out to all of you, as it goes out to everyone who comes and to these readings for clarity and support. What it feels like, it's like your loved one being ripped, a part of you has been ripped. And it has also called into question your faith. And the faith of, what does this matter? Why were they taken away? And I'm seeing this especially for some of you who are in this group who have lost someone tragically through, I am seeing it is a drunk driving accident where the loved ones had a vehicular accident where the passing doesn't make sense. I'm also seeing even sudden deaths from medical procedures. So in this group, we have something that has been pivotal and has been at your core of who you are. And when they passed away, not only did it feel like they were ripped from you, but a part of yourself was also. And at the core of that has been this: my faith has been shaken. And where do I go from here? And so we're going to pull a couple of tarot cards and additional information on what it is that your loved one wants you to know. So for group number 2, okay, that was quick. So we have 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Someone also, because for some whatever reason, I know I'm not holding these cards very well, but I'm being led to hold these cards like this. Someone is just coming here with a confirmation. They've had arthritis. In their hand, and when you knew them, their hand was I guess the word is frozen, or was locked like that. The card that dropped that I am going to take is 4 of Cups. In Spirit, let's 2 more cards, please, Spirit. What messages from your loved ones do they want you to know for group number 2? We have the Devil. And yes. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so when we're looking at this, this is definitely just a confirmation of what I've mentioned here, where the passing of your loved one has really caused a fracture in your faith, and this feeling of numbness, and that nothing right now makes sense, and your joy center, as well as your stability and everything that you know, has been shaken to the core. And we see the Devil here, and sometimes if you follow me in the readings, when we see the Devil, it's about distractions. But for right now, that it isn't about, in this situation, it's not about the distraction, but it's about feeling left out. And so when we think about, for those of you who are religious, where we have the story of Lucifer, who used to be an angel and was cast out from heaven. And Lucifer used to be of the angels, one of God's highest angels. And it's this story of moving into this place of disillusionment and no longer finding your joy center, your happiness, and then being cast out. And that is, again, just what we're feeling here. And your loved ones are just calling this out in the open, that they understand and that they know that their passing has really disrupted the way that you have seen the world. And for many of you, they are also acknowledging that when they passed away, that a part of you was also taken taken as well. And so you're not only just grieving them, but you're grieving a life that you no longer have. The life of growing old with a spouse, the life of seeing your child get married and have a beautiful path in front of them, the having another chance with a parent, or even with a best friend, not being able, from what I'm seeing, to have that golden girl or hangover type moment where you all are really enjoying life and enjoying each other as friends, and as that, and just like those deep bonds and connections and relationships. And so your loved ones are aware, and they understand the difficulties that you're going through right now. So we're going to pull a couple of cards from the Ancestor deck and receive. And I would like Spirit 2 cards from here. So what messages from your loved ones? What do they want you to know? Am I taking both of these? Yes. So the first one is grandfather, and then the second one is hero. And so definitely what this does feel, he also looks like Hugh Jackman to me a little bit. As I was saying, these people have been a core part of your life, a core part of who you are as a person. For many of you, these people raised you. They are the ones that really set the foundation of who you are in your being. The type of, when people describe who you are, the characteristics and the values that you hold, it is because of your loved one. And so there is definitely a grandfather presence coming in, but this is to just what your loved ones are coming in and saying is that it's just a confirmation of they're not taking lightly that this person, the value that they held in your life, and the dramatic and the deep loss that you feel not having them in your life. Because for many of you, this was your hero. And even I'm hearing, because there are a few children in here, you even saw them because they went through either health issues or things like that. You saw them as a hero as well. So there is also that feeling coming in too. But they are acknowledging the deep presence and the roots that they have in your life, and how their passing has deeply affected you. So let's see. We're gonna pull messages now. Actually, no. We're gonna pull a couple more cards, and then I'll pull messages. I'm also sensing right now, only because I'm looking at this deck and someone's pulling me to look at the 4-leaf clover. We have a Scottish energy coming in. This is a confirmation for someone specific. I am going to butcher this name. It's Ewan, but it's like EOEWIN or something like that. But they're coming in just with a we have teach. And thank you, Spirit. And embrace. And so what I'm definitely seeing here is this as I was talking, I was just pulling parts of the deck, and what I saw is that simple love. So reconnecting back to love is really important here. And also really being patient with yourself, because this transformation and the emotions that you're feeling right now, they're going to take time, because this is someone who has been pivotal. But what we can do is also look back at our loved ones' lives and let those be a teacher for us. Looking back at how they lived their life, the values that they've provided, how they showed strength, how they were able to, some of them, be resilient, flexible, able to look at challenges and say, okay, I see you, and we're just going to take things one step at a time. So let their lives, let their memories, let their legacy be a teacher for you. And in that, you will also be able to find and reconnect with everything that they have is also a part of you. And you will be able to reconnect with all of those parts of yourself. It's going to be a journey, and it's going to take time. And they're not saying that it's going to be easy, but they are saying that it is possible. And also allow yourself to surrender. For me, when I told death how much I hated death and I hated God, the answer that I got back was, I know. And I love you anyway. And so that really took a long time for me to get back to this place of reconnecting with that, the love and the how I felt when I was with my husband, and being able to share that with others. Being able to share that deep, unconditional love and become, and what I've learned from him him being my teacher and sharing that with others and sharing my mess and turning it into my message for others. And your loved ones are saying, for many of you, you will end up being the hero for someone else. You are already, many of you, the hero for someone else. But just allow yourself to connect with others, share your story, share your memories, share the good times that you've had with them, and little by little, that will start repairing the threads and really reconnecting you with back to the values, back to the love, back to the heart of yourself. So that is the most important message that your loved ones want to share with you. I'm going to now go into the messages, and then stay tuned for, we're going to pull your spirit guide or spirit animal or angel and what final messages they want to share with you. So this is very weird. And again, on this channel, you all know that weird things happen, especially with energy and as I'm connecting with your loved ones. So I've been reading, pulling out messages, and it got to, and something told me, why don't you just look up at the camera and make sure it's recording, and it stopped recording. So it got to, it's not your fault. And then it just cut, and then the whole camera just cut off. So instead of me giving you part one and then trying to re-explain, I'm just going to, because I've already pulled out the cards, I'm just going to go through again what I was saying. So in the messages from your loved ones, these are the cards that came out. Don't be afraid. It's not your fault. I am just a thought away, and we are soulmates. And the other three cards that came out is, I know you have trouble trusting. I am sorry I left you while you were young, and please don't blame yourself. And what I was sharing before, whomever was part of the energy that turned off the camera, is that for many of you, your loved one left suddenly, tragically, and it caused a rip. And imagine you're running top speed, or you're in a car driving 90 or 100 miles an hour, and someone has a rope or a chain across your tire, or maybe a rope across your waist if you're running. And imagine they yank it back. Now, imagine that, that feeling of being just traumatically yanked back and out of yourself. It feels jarring. It feels violent. And that is what this experience has felt like. It has felt violent. It has felt sudden, traumatic. It has pulled every part of your sense away from you. And so your loved ones are saying that they understand that. And therefore, as a result of that, you have trouble trusting in life, trusting in giving love, trusting in the ways that you used to before they were taken out of your life. But the most important thing that they're saying is, please do not blame yourself. So we see here, it's not your fault, and please do not blame yourself. And one of the things that I was saying is that this is the first time, and I've pulled this card many times, that I've noticed that there's another person in front of this other person. And so there is this feeling that you could have done more, you should have done more. And they are letting you know that there is nothing more that you could have done for this. And I always have a hard time saying this because it then feels like, again, like we have no control. But this would have happened. If it didn't happen today, it would have happened another time. We have to know that we did the best that we could. We did all that we could. But it was, for them, it was their time to go. Um, and so but know that because you two are soulmates and you have that tie between you all you have to do is just think of them and they will be right there. And the story that I was going into with that, because they were pulling another memory, is there were two times where Derek was supposed to transition. And the first time was we got into an argument over something really petty and silly. But as he's stomping away from me, I noticed that his legs were turning red. And for whatever reason, as he's, telling me how we're breaking up and just all of these other things, and, separating and he's moving out of the house and whatever, I just calmly said, okay, let's go. And I drove him, instead of home, for him to do his packing and all of that, I drove him to the hospital. And he's still angry and, like, why are we here at the hospital? Whatever. And I got him to go inside with me and I got him to be admitted. And it turned out that he had a blood clot that was half an inch away from going into a major artery. And the doctor said if we had let it go on for even one more day, he was not going to be here. And that situation really, in this weird way, brought us together even closer, even though, again, like the fight that we got into, there were reasons for that, and we worked it out and everything else. However, the second time, there was nothing. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I still wasn't able to stop it. And so all of that your loved ones to say, and I carried guilt with me for a very long time. And then I had to realize there was nothing that I could have changed or done that was going to make that situation and his passing any different, or just alter the timeline and to have him here with me longer. And so Spirit is just bringing that message because it's important for you to know. And I'm also saying this knowing that it's the hardest thing to know, because I remember when people told me, oh, everything happens for a reason. And obviously the way how they were meaning it is totally different from how I understand it now. But it's anger, and it angered me, and it's frustrating because it's like, why would you take someone away from you that you love so deeply, especially if it's a child, especially if it's sudden, and there's no understanding of that at all. And so it's one of those lessons that it's hard. And even now, I mean, again, as I'm reading this, it's hard because when I talk about that, it's not your fault, and don't blame yourself, because we love and we love so deeply. That's what how can we not blame ourselves? So I just wanted to share that. But your loved ones are letting you know there's nothing, it's not your fault. Please don't blame yourself. For two only cards that fly out. So the first message is, dear love, please don't hold any guilt or regret. You have done everything and more for me, and I will always love you. So they're just really supporting you and letting you know that please do not hold on to the burdens of guilt or regret or shame. And with every holiday, milestone, and celebration that comes, know that I will be there with you all. Just make sure to have a drink or a plate for me. So if there is a birthday coming up or a milestone or a holiday, I know that we just that we're moving into the holiday season for many different holidays. Know that they're always with you. And dear love, even though life may be coming at you fast and there's a lot on your plate, do not forget to take some time to rest. Honor this self-care for yourself and allow inspiration to reveal to take and renewal to take root. There is no timer. You will get through it at your own pace. And there's no time also on grief, and there's no time on healing. You take the time that you need, you feel what you need to feel, and you go through it every single day, breath by breath. With the stages of grief, we know that we could feel denial, regret, anger. We can even move into acceptance and then to find ourselves back at square one. And that's why it's so important to have grace with yourself and to know that every single day that you wake up is an important day because you're here. And it's your loved ones are with you every step of that moment, just supporting you, giving you signs and encouraging you. And little by little, step by step, day by day, you will find that reconnection. The life that you will have, what I call chapter 2, will look different from life before. You will not, that life, as you're grieving that, it will be different. But this chapter 2 has an opportunity for you to have joy, for you to love and revel and live in the memories, and to walk forward with grief, not move on from grief. And so finally, what I want to do is just pull your message from your spirit guide, angel, or ancestor, and what do they want to share with you. And I said it for group 1, and I'm just going to share it again here, is just thank you for being with me, and thank you for your patience as I've slowly made my way back into doing these readings. It's a lot of just also with myself, just reconnection and just falling into surrender. And so for those of you who have been with me and have been checking in on me, and just even those who are new, I appreciate you, and you don't know how it means that you come still to this group, you watch the readings, and just the impact that you have in my life. So thank you. So your card is Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. So there is a warrior spirit in you. Family, love, all of those things, the values that I was talking about in the beginning of this reading, all of those things have been imbued in you from your family. And also the love and the fierceness that you have, that fierce love that you have, is something that's never going to go away. It is, again, it's a part of you. And so your loved ones are sharing this ancestor spirit and asking you to pay forward. Take that warrior spirit, that love that you have for them. You can put it into a foundation. You can put it into writing a book, put it into your artwork, or into just simply talking to someone else who may need your understanding and is going through something similar. That fierce loyalty, warrior spirit is also going to get you through this. And it's going to keep you taking each of those steps and moving forward one by one as you reconnect and as you find your healing. So I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. If you are interested, you can follow me into group number 3. Or if this is where I leave you, I share my love and light with you. And I will see you for the next reading and speak soon. Okay, so hello, my loves. If you've chosen this carnelian crystal and this card, then welcome to group number 3. So the first thing I definitely ask for is for the energy in this group to, in group number 2, one of the energies was a little bit interested in technology and caused my camera to stop in the middle of a reading. So I am asking, please do not do that in this reading. But what I am definitely feeling in here is this connection to humanness and connection. What I am seeing right now is an image of, if you remember, and I'm dating myself. So there was a time in which the posters that we used to get that were like the hot thing was like those posters that said perseverance and determination. And I know for myself, so maybe I'm the only person who did this, I would get those posters and put those in my office, and they really were kind of like my anthems that really drove me. And that is what I'm feeling in this group. You're planting seeds. You are moving forward. And I'm not saying you're moving on, because for many of you in this group, you have been working through your grief, whether it's with a therapist, with family, friends, or even through your own self-healing. You've been working on this for a while, and you have had a lot of aha moments. You've had a lot of moments where it has just been like understandings, or you've connected with your loved ones through your creativity. Many of you are writers in this group. Many of you are artists. Many of you are also teachers. And you have found a way to look at the pain, the challenges from grief, and as you know, as I always say, you turn your mess into your message. And so for many of you, that is what you've done. Now, this path hasn't been easy, and it's still an ongoing journey. So there are moments in where you find yourself, one moment, feeling, I don't want to say good. What I'm trying to say is that one moment you're okay, you may be laughing, and then the next moment you find yourself pulled back by a memory, and that can then bring you into this moment of sadness. But you have been, and you're working on balancing both of them. And so your loved ones are coming in, and they are connecting with you, one, to acknowledge just how far you've come. And they're also connecting and acknowledging that they know that this path hasn't been an easy one, but you have been taking the steps that's needed in order to find meaning, in order to live and to take each moment day by day and to be present in your emotions in the moment with others and loved ones. For many of you also, I feel the passing of your loved ones, it brought you into this understanding of loving deeper. So you have this understanding that how short and fragile life is, and it's important for your loved ones to know that. So you say I love you often. It's easier for you to forgive. And these things are important for you because of your journey and your experience. And so you know how important it is for those who are here to feel your presence and to know just how much they mean to you. For some, this resonates for someone, but Shakespeare is important. So whether you're the person who has passed away was a playwright, or you are, what I'm also hearing is that for one of you, you're finishing a play that your loved ones started. So again, that one's, it's really, 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 really specific to someone, but I'm seeing a presence here who's telling me that there's someone here who's finishing a play that their loved one started, and it feels like you're in the word I'm seeing is impasse, but just give it some time, I'm hearing, and you'll be able to keep moving with that. So I'm going to pull some tarot as additional messages for us to understand what your loved ones want to share. And then stay to the end, because then I will pull a card on to identify who your ancestor, spirit guide, or angel is and the message they want to share with you. So we have 6 of Wands. 3 more cards, please, Spirit. We have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 more, Spirit. We have King of Swords in reverse. And 1 more, Spirit. And we have 3 of Swords in reverse. So what it definitely feels like right now is that, as I was saying here, you have been leading with your heart and somewhat moving into surrender, into allowing yourself to heal and to find reconnection. Now, for some of you, there's been a lot of just learning, and I feel like some of you have started classes in learning about different spiritual modalities, so Reiki, past life regression. Some of you have become death doulas or even working in hospice to then be able to help others. Some of you have also really have taken that mess and you have directed that energy into creating charities, nonprofits, or even, it doesn't even have to be something that's established, but like a movement. So once a year, you and family members release a balloon, or you give to, during the holidays, pajamas to kids in hospitals. So it's these large and small actions that you have taken, but they've all been inspired through to be in memory and in honor of your loved ones. And they are acknowledging just how proud of you they are. They are also acknowledging how in this transition and in this journey, how you've really had to look at yourself, because for some of you in this group, there were things that were left unsaid. And for a while, you held on to guilt and to grief and to regret. And you have now moved into this position where you've been able to let a lot of that go. There's also been, in the beginning, in the period of when just right after your loved one passed away. It's something that I call the anniversary train, or the grief train, where you sit, where you're on this metaphorical train where all you can see is just replaying the moments of your loved one's passing. And you have now are at this moment in which you have released that, and you are instead reveling in the memories of them. You're also are you understand how energy moves, and you also know that your loved ones are with you, and you are trying every single day to live and to allow them to also be with you and to share those experiences with you. So for many of you in this group, you have really gone through a dark night of the soul. And for many of you in this group, you are what I would call just emerging out from that. And you are now feeling the upside of it. So, and I'm having a hard time really, whereas the other two groups, everything flowed easily. With this group, they're picking their words carefully, and they also are stressing the importance of just this journey that you have been through, and how proud of you they are, because we keep coming back to the Six of Wands, just how proud of you they are, because you have been through so much, but you have taken it and you have made it stronger. You have used it as this jump and launching point for inspiration and to inspire others. That's the biggest thing. Even if for some of you, if you say, but Val, I don't have a foundation, or I don't have a charity or whatever. The fact that you are here, and the fact that you can share just your strength and your resilience to someone else is the biggest accomplishment, because many of you all do not know it, but there have been people, family members, co-workers, outside friends who see you and who watch you, and they are in admiration of you. Spirit is showing me a memory for myself, in which during my own healing process, I remembered I had a coworker who actually did not have many friends, and I don't know how we ended up somehow on the same line getting lunch. And this was someone who was kind of like a tough cookie, had like a hard exterior, didn't really say hello to people, and other people just thought that this was someone who was very mean and just not a very friendly person. And I remember me briefly saying hello to her, and thinking that was going to be it. And it was interesting because I felt the universe put us together in that moment for her to she started sharing just what a difficult time that she was going through. And she made a comment of, but I watch you and how you could lose so much and you can still smile at everyone that you see, and you can still say good morning, and you can still pour your heart and 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 just be strong. And she shared that during a really tough moment where it may have been a decision, where she was probably going to make a decision that was going to affect her life, she was reminded of that, and that brought her back to herself. And so that's why I'm saying you do not have to do anything big in order to have an impact and to be important to other people. By you just living authentically and by being who you are, which is this beautiful soul. You are this shining pillar to others, and it's really important that you know that. Okay, so we're going to pull a few more messages. This is from the Ancestor deck. And I'm taking 2 cards from here. So the first one is writer. So there is definitely a confirmation that there is either you're turning your story, your into your message and into a story. Also the confirmation that I was talking about that someone's taking their person's play and finishing it. And even for some of you, it could just be as simple as journaling, just the healing process. And that has been very cathartic for you and has been really helpful in processing emotions and being able. It was that support through your dark night of the soul. And then we have the shadow. So this is just that confirmation of some of you being in that dark night of the soul and coming out of it, or you are, for some of you, just now coming out of it and seeing those, I call it the aha moment. So when we come out of the dark night of the soul is then when we really have an acute understanding of ourselves, of decisions that we've made, decisions our loved ones made, and a different understanding of life in general. But also to know that in order to connect with our light, sometimes we need to sit in the darkness as well. And spread your wings. So through this, you are spreading your wings. You are seeking new opportunities, strengthening bonds. And we're going to pick one more. And you're simply allowing that love to take place. And then also we have listen at the back of the deck. So your loved ones, I mean, again, what I feel in this pile is there's just so much. They have been with you. And what I'm seeing are moments in which life just felt really difficult and hard, and where you felt like you've been knocked down, and they've come in and they've picked you up and they've walked with you through the shadows, and they've walked with you on this path to reconnecting with yourself and finding yourself. And they're saying that right now you are stepping into this new chapter of yourself where you are going to where you're allowing love to come in. You're saying yes to new opportunities. Some of you, I feel you just recently moved, so out of the house that you and your loved one shared, and you moved. Some of you, I have seen that this may be specific to someone, there's a bucket list that your loved one had that you are now completing for them. And so all of these opportunities, they're really helping you to meet new people, to discover life in a new way and in a new light after being in this period of darkness for so long. And your loved ones are letting you know that they're not going to, they're going to be here by your side through every step of it. So these are the core messages. Now we're going to go into your specific messages, and then again, stay with me at the end where I connect you with your spirit, ancestor, or angel. Okay, so let's start looking at your direct messages from your loved ones. group number 3, what messages, and only, I was going to say, only the cards to fly out, what messages do you want to share with your loved ones? So let me let them all fly out first. Okay. So the first card says, I'm standing right next to you. So there, as I mentioned earlier, your loved ones have been standing and walking on this journey with you. They have seen your frustrations. They have seen just the incredible strength and resilience, and just they've been through all of it with you. And again, they're so proud. And they've learned a lot also by watching you and how you've been navigating through this. It has taught them a lot as well, because they have a new understanding of what strength looks like and what perseverance looks like, as well as being able to take something that has been life-changing and to create with it. Many times through our emotions, our anger, our sadness, we either can walk with it and just try to understand through it but be angry and frustrated, or some of us take those emotions and we create with it to express our emotions. And for many of you in this group, you have taken that pain and that anger and you have expressed, whether it's through your writing, photography, music. You have taken, as I keep saying, your mess and turned it into your message. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self, and to keep what I'm hearing specifically is to keep sharing their memories. I think there are a few of you, and I don't think this applies to everyone, in which there is sometimes this fear of sharing too much, or thinking that do people want to hear my stories, or do I have, is what I'm offering what the world needs or they want? And the answer to that is yes. Whether it is through you creating poetry, your articles, or artwork, or photography, the world needs it, because just as you needed support, and you still will always, as for all of us who walk through this journey of grief, we need help and support. There's going to be someone else who needs your understanding, your story, in order to continue to be strong as well. So do not be afraid. And don't be afraid of just stepping into something new as you're spreading your wings. You may not see what's on the other side of the door, but I promise you it's new opportunities, new experiences, new people who will come into your life and bring such new energy and joy and purpose into it. Only those cards that fly out. Okay, we'll pick that one up. Are there any? Let's just do it one more time. Okay, we're not taking all of those, so do it again. Messages for group number 3. What messages do you want to share? Only those cards that fly out. Thank you. Okay. So the first card that you see right here is, I realize how much I hurt you. And this is the hurt coming from them passing. I also feel that part of the dark night of the soul had a lot to do with familial healing. So relationships that may have needed mending, love that needed to be given, forgiveness. And as your loved one has been doing their life review, they are acknowledging, 1, the impact of their passing, but 2, also how much they may have hurt you in the physical and they are asking for forgiveness. They're also asking for you to please do not blame yourself. If there is anything, guilt, regret that you may be holding on to, they are asking for you to let it go. And they're also asking, I was wrong and I am sorry. So in this, and we also have, I wasn't thinking. So in this group, if your loved ones made decisions that were not of the highest good from either themselves or for the family, and it may have been decisions that changed the family, and just hurt them, and it could have even have been, it could be for a variety of reasons. They are coming and they are asking you for forgiveness. They are realizing how much they may have hurt you through their actions, and those actions could be anything from just not being just mindful of how much you were trying to help them in the physical, or not being able to show you the love that you all have shared with them. And I think that's also why in this group particularly, as I said, the other two groups I was able to channel and do and speak freely. This group is really timid and very careful on how they're picking their words, because they want you to understand and know they don't take anything lightly. They also understand what I'm seeing is bridge over troubled water. It hasn't been easy. And they realize everything that you had to go through in order to get to this place now, of where you can then take that pain and those emotions and turn it into, and use it into something that is productive. But there's definitely, they're really trying to give weight to everything that they're saying, and let you know that I am with you all of the time. So we saw that again somewhere here, in which I'm standing right next to you. So they're letting you know that they haven't left, they haven't abandoned you, but they are very much aware that their actions when they were here may not have always been for the highest good, or in thinking about how their actions would have affected others. Okay, for group number 3, what messages do you want to share, and only those that fly out? Okay. Am I taking both of them? Yes, we will take both of them. And let me pick up these cards that have fallen on the floor. So, dear love, is there a place you want to show me or wish we had gone to together? Let's have an adventure today. I will be there with you, experiencing it all and making new memories. Right now, for whatever reason, the Grand Canyon is coming up, so that may be something specific, in which it would have been a father-daughter. It feels like it's like a father-daughter, father-son type trip. But the Grand Canyon is definitely meant for someone. And animals and children are the best mediums. They can feel my energy and see me with you. Trust their instincts and trust that I'm here and I'm with you. So if you do have an animal or child that has been saying that they feel, or they're coming up with memories that you then ask yourself, how is that possible? Or your pet fur baby is looking out at the door or the window and it just seems like they're expecting someone, then know that is your loved one. And P.S., in case I haven't said it enough, I love you. I love that one. And dear love, no thing and no person in life is perfect. Just as we all have moments that we may regret, we know that we are just doing the best that we can. There may be someone who needs your understanding. Can you give it to them? Now, usually when this card comes up, it's usually about someone else, but I am feeling that this is them asking, can you give forgiveness to me for what were my shortcomings? I was just doing the best that I can. the image that I'm seeing right now, and I don't remember what movie it was from, but there was in this scene, this young woman, she had a difficult upbringing with her parents, and she then saw the parents as children and with the same insecurities, same issues that she had to go through school with their parents, and she, when she was able to see her parents as children, she realized that they were doing, and the love that they gave her was to the level of love that they were able to give to themselves, and they were just doing the best that they could. And when she saw that, then her relationship and her understanding of why her parents were so strict and why they did the things that they did, it made more sense. It didn't forgive it and or excuse it, but it made more sense. And so your loved one is coming and asking, can you forgive me? And I'll always be your light in the chaos. When the moments around you feel hard, close your eyes and take a deep breath and feel my energy around you. I will guide you through this, and they will continue guiding you as you continue through your path and through just navigating and living life. And you've been through so much, my dear. Um, but you are now at this place of understanding and of really of unconditional love and of being able to share and support other people. And it's just such a beautiful thing when I see that, because I'm seeing all of your loved ones in this group are standing in a line, just kind of, it's if whoever watches the Jennifer Hudson show, and you see when, you know, it's on the TikTok videos and they're standing in the line and they're singing and they're hyping the guests up, that is what I'm seeing here. Like, these are your hype people, and they're letting you know that um they're not leaving your side. So let's go into messages from what is, or who or what is your spirit animal, ancestor, or angel, and what message do they want to share? Wait, I've been picking up like multiple cards for this group. I'm going to pick two. Don't tell the other two groups because I didn't do that for them. But we have take note of intuitive messages and Mother Earth, feel love and comforted. So with the spread your wings and just everything that we've spoke about, your spirit energy is creation. So self-love, nurturing, feeling love, feeling comforted, but also taking everything that you've learned and recreating that into something that will help and support others. And also to connect with your intuition, connecting with your higher self. You are now, as you've been through this dark night of the soul and you have looked at your shadows and you have brought healing to it, you are now connected to yourself in this deep and beautiful way. So as you continue on your path and as you say yes to new opportunities and to new things and create new memories and new milestones, listen to the tiny voice that is guiding you and is pushing you when to say yes, when to pull the trigger, when to create something, when to give support to someone else. That voice, that intuitive, those intuitive messages, the synchronicities from your loved ones will help guide you on this path. So I hope that this reading helped you and it provided some clarity. Thank you so much. And what I said in the first two groups is just thank you so much for being here with me on this journey. It's been a long one, especially since I've returned from just everything in life, in lifing, as my doctor said. It's been up and down and just learning, relearning new things and reconnecting with my higher self and trusting that everything is in alignment. So I just want to thank you for being there, and for those of you who are new, for finding this space. So until the next reading, sending you my love and light, and I will talk to you all soon.